From disappointment to missing the chance to win a World Cup final, to a sense of injustice for not counting a goal achieved in the most important tournaments, to the most horrific injuries in football. These are the 10 most heartbreaking moments in football. And number 10 is the most painful moment in football. July 17th, 1994. Imagine you are stepping up for a spot kick and the entire weight of a nation is on you. Yes, it's not a pretty situation to be in, and the outcome can determine your legacy. This is the situation Baggio found himself in. Under the gaze of more than 70,000 fans, countless followers, and football enthusiasts worldwide, Roberto Baggio took the ball, executing Italy's 5th penalty kick against Brazil. Unfortunately, he shot it high, away from the goal, crushing Italy's hopes of winning the World Cup, and crushing himself. Roberto Baggio, the man who died standing, the man who promised his father he would win a World Cup final against Brazil. God forgives everyone except Baggio. A phrase inscribed on the walls of the Vatican in the heart of the Italian capital echoed through the mouths of the Italian people. This sentiment continued to follow Italian football legend, even after his retirement, becoming an indelible part of his biography. Baggio may have lost the World Cup because of bad luck, but the next player has lost it because of his madness. The most heartbreaking moment in football is Zinedine Zidane's moment of madness in the 2006 final, which is undoubtedly the most memorable World Cup moment by a considerable distance. The stage was set for Zinedine Zidane, arguably the finest player of his generation, to bow out in the most glorious way imaginable. The final game of the playmaker's career was the World Cup final. France were playing Italy in Berlin's historic Olympic Stadium. The score was 1-1 and the match went into extra time. In the 110th minute, Italy's Marco Materazzi triggered Zidane with a comment mentioning his sister. Zidane heard Materazzi's remark, walked back towards him, and slammed his head into the Italian's ribcage. It was an automatic red card. France lost on penalties, and Zidane was criticised for letting his team down. Players, every man has a limit, especially if a female family member is mentioned. At the same time, some praised him for standing up for his family. The incident became so iconic that there is a statue of the headbutt in Qatar Museum. But Zidane's headbutt was not severe compared to what happened in the next moment. The world of football was shocked by the injury suffered by Argentinos Juniors, right-back Luciano Sanchez. Marcelo left the field with a tear, not due to a red card, but because of the distressing injury. He accidentally caused to Argentinos Juniors right-back Luciano Sanchez. As Marcelo dribbled past Sanchez, an unintentional misstep led to him standing on Sanchez's shin, resulting in the dislocation of the Argentinos player's left knee. It was initially believed Sanchez had broken his leg, but a medical report published by the club said it was a full dislocation. The emotional toll on Marcelo was evident, and he took to Twitter after the game expressing, "Today, I have had to live through a very difficult moment on the pitch. I have inadvertently injured a colleague. I want to wish you the best possible recovery, Luciano Sanchez. All the strength in the world." As the world of football keeps turning unpredictable, we move from Luciano's horrible injury to the player who has nearly lost his life on the field. Christian Erikson's collapse on the football pitch resurrects haunting memories of past tragedies, laying bare the cruel vulnerability of life in the elite sports realm. The Danish star, Erikson, crumpled before halftime, requiring urgent medical attention on the pitch. His teammates, gripped by a shared anguish, formed a protective shield as medics tirelessly performed life-saving measures before escorting his stretcher off the field. The scene etched a raw and indelible mark on the collective soul of football. Emotions ran high, and the team, emotionally drained, supported each other through the trauma. The world of football, though celebrated for its triumphs, reveals a flip side, a realm of heartbreak that transcends the boundaries of the game. At the next moment, there is a different kind of heartbreak on the football field. Before 2014, referees didn't have a watch on their wrist to let them know if the ball crosses the line. Frank Lampard's ghost goal against Germany in the 2010 FIFA World Cup was probably the incident that inspired the goal line technology that we have today. Trailing 1-2 with 37 minutes into the match, England midfielder Lampard found Germany goalkeeper Manuel Neuer off his line and went for a long ranger, which hit the underside of the crossbar. The English players, including Lampard, unsuccessfully pleaded their case with referee Jorge Larionda. The thing that made Frank Lampard's ghost goal against Germany at the 2010 World Cup particularly painful was, it was a screamer that would have drawn England level, and it was obvious to pretty much everyone in the world apart from the referee that it went in. The replays showed the ball going over the line by 2 or 3 feet. Sepp Blatter, the FIFA president at the time, was forced to apologise to England for the referee's error. Years later, reminiscing about the goal being not awarded to England and the implementation of VAR, Lampard said, "I am happy now because my goal changed the game for the better." The victims of Germany didn't stop there. The next moment became the most scariest moment in World Cup history. In the heart-wrenching semi-finals of the 2014 World Cup, Brazil faced a nightmare of epic proportions. Without their injured star, Neymar, and captain Thiago Silva, the Seleção endured a humiliating defeat at the hands of Germany in front of their home crowd. The agony unfolded rapidly as Brazil found themselves trailing 5-0 within just 29 minutes, culminating in a devastating 7-1 loss. This match stands as one of the most embarrassing and unforgettable moments in the history of major football tournaments, leaving the Brazilian team and their fans shattered. During the same year, there was another painful incident that happened. In 2014, Steven Gerrard's slip on the Anfield turf during a crucial match against Chelsea marked the turning point for Liverpool in their pursuit of the 2013-14 title. Despite being 5 points clear with 3 games remaining, the slip allowed Chelsea's Demba Ba to capitalise and secure a 2-0 victory. This loss ultimately led to Liverpool finishing in second place, devastating their title hopes. Gerrard, who described the period as the worst 3 months of my life, left Anfield a year later without a Premier League title, despite 17 years of dedicated service, solidifying the slip as a heartbreaking moment in his illustrious career. It wasn't just Steven Gerrard's empty-handed departure that was painful. There has been another departure of a coach who achieved the impossible, but in 2017, a moment of sadness. Leicester City's heartbreaking decision to part ways with Claudio Ranieri, the mastermind behind their stunning title triumph, just 9 months earlier. The amiable Italian had earned not only the love and respect of Fox's fans, but also admirers among neutrals. His extraordinary achievement had dug up the story of a victory against all odds. However, the joyous echoes of that victory were abruptly silenced when Ranieri faced dismissal. The bitter taste left in the mouths of supporters and onlookers alike was palpable. Ranieri's departure was more than a coaching change. It was a separation from a figure who had woven an exceptional tale of success for the club. The decision, marking the end of an era, resonated with profound sadness, overshadowing the previous glory and leaving an emotional void in the hearts of those who had celebrated Leicester's improbable ascent under Ranieri's guidance. Ranieri wasn't the only one to make glory for a club and ended up leaving. The next moment saw the departure of the greatest player ever. With a heavy heart, Lionel Messi bid an emotional farewell to Barcelona. After a heartbreaking press conference, Messi expressed his reluctance to depart the club he called home. Amidst tears shared by the audience, including present and past players, Messi struggled to articulate the reasons behind his departure. "I don't know what to say. The situation is not easy for me after so many years. I've been here all my life," he expressed with profound emotion. Messi, who had envisioned a continued journey with Barcelona, spoke of the unexpected turn of events. "I've been here since I was 13. After 21 years, I'm leaving with my wife and 3 little Catalan kids," he shared, gratitude evident in his words. Despite the sadness enveloping his departure, Messi's unwavering connection to the club and its fans was palpable, leaving a poignant mark on the history of the Camp Nou. Messi's farewell was not the only heartbreaking moment. The retirement of Totti was. In 2017, a wave of tears swept through the stadium as Francesco Totti bid farewell to his beloved club. It was a day filled with unparalleled emotion, etched in the hearts of fans on May 28th. Totti, a local hero and a symbol of loyalty, had spent an incredible 25 years with the Giallorossi, leaving an indelible mark as one of his generation's most valuable talents. The atmosphere was electrifying after his final game, a triumphant 3-2 win against Genoa. Totti stood before the crowd and read a heartfelt letter. In that poignant moment at the Stadio Olimpico, barely a single eye remained dry. The video capturing the scene was aptly titled, "A Stadium of Tears," and the description was no exaggeration. The emotion that permeated the stadium mirrored the deep connection between Totti and the fans, making it a farewell eternally etched in the collective memory of Roma supporters. Football is a sport filled with triumphs and tribulations, and these 10 moments expose the sport's essence. From missed opportunities to tearful farewells, these emotional chapters remind us that football is more than a sport. It's a journey of joy, sorrow, and the enduring spirit that unites fans around the world. And don't forget, stay passionate about football. Thanks for watching, and for more I suggest you watch this video.